What's up, YouTube Live? There's a few things that I wanted to, there's a main reason why I wanted to do this YouTube Live. I've been putting it off just because I've been so busy. But I have a customer and a Patreon subscriber named Elwood. And he needs help with his stator. His stator keeps, or his scooter keeps blowing out fuses every time he plugs a stator in. So I kind of wanted to talk on that really quick. I did send him an email. He may call in. I'm not sure, but if not, then this is for you, Elwood. So this here's a stator here. It's got this is just a basic 8-pole stator, and this is what he's got. Elwood's got. Got a plug like this with a green, a white, and a yellow. Well, every time he plugs the scooter in, it blows a fuse. So what we need to figure out is why. And this is probably one of the most difficult things to figure out. What's up, Chris? Over the phone, video, it's just difficult without being there, but I'm going to try my best. So I just want, if you guys are having the same type of problem, or you don't know what a stator does, or a rectifier regulator, the charging system, then I'm going to kind of walk you through that, and then you guys will have a pretty good idea on how this all works. So most of you are probably familiar with a alternator on a car. An alternator is these two units put together in one, basically. It charges your battery while you drive. It keeps it maintained. On a scooter or a motorcycle, you have a stator. What a stator does, it pumps out AC volts. You've got a magnet that spins around on here generating AC volts. The AC volts is sent through this white wire into the rectifier regulator. What the rectifier regulator does is it converts AC volts to DC volts. And it also regulates the charging, how high it'll go. So it limits it so it doesn't go above 15 volts. So that your battery doesn't blow out. Anything over 15 volts, you start blowing batteries, tail lights, just all kinds of stuff. The electrical system starts going out. So if you have a scooter like that, or a motorcycle, where you just keep going through batteries, headlights blowing out, tail lights blowing out, especially when you rev it, your problem is most likely the rectifier regulator. So now that we got that out of the way, stator creates voltage to charge the battery, AC volts. It gets pumped through the rectifier regulator, which is DC volts, or converts it to DC volts. So now let me talk about these wires, okay? Because it's important for you to know what these wires do. So this white wire right here, that generates the AC power to charge the battery. There should be no ground touching that at all, no metal. And then you've got the yellow wire, which is for the lighting. It creates electricity for the lighting. And then the green wire. The green wire is ground. So what I think is happening on why the fuse is blowing is this green wire is touching a yellow or the white wire. Oh, hi.
Hi.
Say hi to you.
Hi.
We're here YouTube Live. Okay? Oh. So what's that? That's what we need to figure out. So the way that you do that is get an ohm meter out. If you don't know how to use an ohm meter, you can Google. I won't go too far into depth, but we need to check the ohms to make sure that it's not grounding out on any of the yellow or the white. That's probably your problem. You need to unplug all the wires, check the harness at one end, yellow on one end, yellow on the other end. Check to make sure that connection is made. It's not touching, it's actually made. And then take on one end, the yellow wire, positive on, you got the red and the, let me see if I have one real quick, just a sec. I'll go over here. Let's see. I don't have one real quick and easy access, but we need to check the continuity on those wires. Check the continuity to make sure that there's the green wire in no way is touching anything except for ground, and same with the yellow and the white. So I'd love to help more, but that's what I've got without actually seeing it and talking to you. Hopefully that helps a little bit. If not, then we can talk further. But I'm going to open up the phone lines to see if there's anybody having any problems with their scooter or motorcycle, and I'd love to help with it. That's the whole point of this live chat, to kind of help people out and direct them, because sometimes you don't have either the money or there's not a shop in your area. So what do you guys got? I see there's a few people watching. I don't know if I've been on here long enough, but if there's anything that you could that I can help you with, you can call in 720-295-2386. 720-295-2386. You want to call in, I can help you with any problems you're having, or if you have like performance questions, basically anything that has to do with this with scooters, I can help you with. Let's see, I got. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for that, we have, flip this thing around, the rolling wrench fuel injection system. This is tons of work. I've been working hard on that with that ruckus over there to get it up and going. Got hours upon hours on this, on the tuning end of things. The goal is for it to be a plug-and-play system. So what you do is you remove your carburetor. Let me show you. Grab something up here. Here we go. So you remove your carburetor. Here's the carburetor we removed, and you're actually replacing it with that. And then this extension doesn't need to be on there. That's for the stock airbox. But this is all and then this is the ECU. Everything plugs in. This literally takes probably 30 minutes to install into your ruckus. Thought I'd share that with you guys. If you're a do-it-yourselfer and you want a little bit more performance and easier starts and such. All right, what do we got, guys? I know you guys some questions out there. Let's see here. Pull these chats up. All right, let's see. What could I talk about to tell people just pile in? What do you guys need? What do you guys need help with? Give me some subjects in the chat. All right, well, I'll start talking about variator rollers, why you should upgrade them. It's an easy upgrade that pretty much anybody should do that has a scooter. See if I got some of these. What do we got here? Is that a Lambo yellow? That's an E-Town Beamer. I got that sucker on a trade for a job that I did. It's for sale. Anybody want it? Super nice shape. The sucker only has 457 miles on it. One thing though, look at this. That needs to be replaced. All right, what do we got? I'll read these comments here. I have a Honda NU50 with a brand new battery that won't start, or won't stay charged, I mean. Someone told me that there must be a short somewhere in the diagnostic is hard. Just disconnect the battery attach. So, Gene, you got a scooter with the battery, it won't hold a charge. Is this battery brand new? We can, if you want, you can call in 720-295-2386. I can talk to you about that. If the battery is brand new, the first thing, okay, can't call now, so I'll just explain what I would check first. I've had this problem before. You can really chase your tail on it. So the first thing you need to do is, I guess I should ask you, did you have this problem with your last battery before you replaced the battery? If you did not, or if the battery just went bad, then, oh, you did. Okay. Oh, and is that a fuel injected scooter? I'm not see if that's draining the battery. The other thing I would do is pull the brand new battery out, test the voltage, and make sure that the voltage is 12.5 to 13 volts, and then just monitor that with the battery out so we can eliminate that brand new battery. I've had brand new batteries that drain, like they just drain overnight. I would recommend checking that first and then going back to this. If you find out the battery's fine, go back to the scooter and then unplug the ECU. Basically what we're trying to do is pinpoint where the volt. Hi Tia.
Hi.
What are you doing back there?
I'm just redoing inventory, just making sure. I'm doing an order, so.
Oh, she's doing an order. So you need to start unplugging components like one night at a time, making sure the battery is full, checking the voltage each time, each day or time that you start doing this diagnostic. And then Edwin says hi to you.
Hello.
She says hi. But yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to pinpoint where this battery voltage is being lost. But this could be drawn out. This is going to be a difficult task. Not really difficult, just time consuming, because each night you're probably going to have to do it. All right. I hope that answers your question. I'm just reading some comments to get some topics here. Jeff says, you made the comment that you didn't like the vacuum fuel pump for the fuel injection unit. If not, what would you recommend using in place of it? Yeah, that's kind of rinky-dink, that setup. I'm assuming that you're talking about my fuel injection kit on the Honda Ruckus, on why I don't like the vacuum pump. Let me explain, show you something here. So on my fuel injection system, the other fuel injection system that I offer on the website is made for a gravity-fed fuel source. So like this one's got a gas tank up here. So if I pull the hose off and basically unscrew where the gas outlet is, gas is going to go onto the ground. The Honda Ruckus is way down here, and so it needs a pump to pump up. So that's the reason for that vacuum pump. It's really weird. You gotta pump fuel up to another pump, which is not ideal at all, I know. But what I would recommend is this pump in place of that. Actually, what I would really recommend is if you have a Honda Ruckus, get this kit. And if you have a scooter like this, get the kit that's on the website. This kit's not really ready yet, but I still have some bugs to work out and such. But let's see. I hope that answered your question. People love you. They're saying, "Oh, she's gone." All right. What would you recommend upgrading next after installing an NCY Racing clutch kit? I don't have a scooter, but a GY6 buggy. Let's see. So you have a GY6, you have the clutch kit. By the way, you guys can call in. It might make this easier. 720-295-2386. And then I could talk to you live. But the question is, what would you upgrade next on a GY6? I got the answer. This is a basically a breather. So like where your let me see if I can open this up. I'll just pull this one piece out of here. All right, so you know on your GY6 where your oil screws in, your oil dipstick, well, you unscrew that and install this into it, and then you've got another dipstick here, like this, but or the dipstick's in there, by the way. And then you've got a hose right here that plugs in, and that's going to go up. It goes up, basically like it goes up here, so the pressure is above the scooter. It's going to relieve the head pressure of the motor, and it's a cheap upgrade. I think we have them on our website. But that's what I'd recommend. It relieves the head pressure, and then after that you can do. Let's see, you can do a big bore too. That's probably the best bang for your buck. Do a 170cc big bore, and I've got a video for that to show you how to do it. Hopefully that answers that question. Let's see. All right, so we've got a 2014 Tao Tao VIP Future Champion, 150cc, so the GY6. Does good cold starts, but after riding for a while, it's hard to crank. Any ideas? There's a couple things that it could be. Let me grab this thing here real quick. Oh, it's actually up here. Oh, it's down here. I got all my lights set up for over here. So if it starts cold, then see, I don't know exactly what you mean by starting. Does it crank, or is it like which one is it doing? But I'll start with the first idea. So here's a starter clutch. See how it has a one-way, so like I'm applying pressure that way, it works, but if I go the other way, it doesn't. It's a starter clutch. When these go out, they make normally when it's cold, it'll crank over. I've actually had it happen both ways. When it's warm, it's fine. When it's cold, it's not, vice versa. But your starter clutch may be going out. I'm actually gonna do a video because that starter clutch on that ruckus over there is out. So I'll do a video on that. Look for that soon. The other scenario is your valves. Do a valve adjustment on it. If it's hard to start, in the morning, crank, starts up, and then after you ride it for a while, the valves get tight, and then your compression's low, and then you're having a heck of a time starting it. That's what I would recommend. Let's see. I'm going to try to pull this. How do I do this? I'm going to try to pull you guys up on here so I don't have to read the phone. Maybe if I log out of...
I have it up on mine.
You do?
Yeah.
1 second, guys. I'm going to try to...
Eddie.
A 6 engine behind this gear right here is a seal. Same thing on the other side. So that means if it's pumping, if your seal's going out, then there's a good chance that your head breather, I guess I should flip this around too. See that on the top of your cylinder head? Get a better look. That one's got a broken hose on it, but that hose is probably being. Oh, let me flip this around. That hose is probably being pinched by under your seat. You've got the 4 bolts that hold your seat on. Pull that up. I bet you the hose is being pinched between the seat bucket and the frame. That's really the only thing that will cause for the seals to pop out like that. The other thing that probably happens whenever you have all that buildup is when you go to check the oil after riding it, there's tons of pressure. It's like opening a radiator. So look at that. That's probably what's causing it. Let's check out some other. Getting lost in comments here. Let's see. So the big bore, yeah, big bore is the best bang for your buck by far. Yeah, like for the amount of money you spend and the amount that you get out of it, there's no other upgrade on anything that I can recommend. That's the #1 upgrade. But the thing of it is not everybody can do it because it's it's not difficult, but it takes some know-how. I do have a video up though. It'll show you exactly how to do that big bore kit for you guys that don't know. Let's see here. What else we got? Sure about. Yeah, Tita is the like top of the line. That's like the best stuff you can buy. I can get you Tita stuff too if you want. I have a Tita 232 in my ruckus. We carry a ton of stuff that we don't have on our website. It just takes forever to load things up. Put them on there, so I kind of add them as we go. Cranks up fine in the morning. If you write, I think I already read this one. Yeah, check the valves on that. That sounds like the problem to me. If it's not the valves, it could be the starter clutch. Let's see. I don't see the name there, but you bought a EFI kit from me. If you bought you obviously bought the I wouldn't say old, but the EFI kit that I've had for a little while. You're gonna install it on your Scoot. What I would recommend, I mean, honestly, the kit that I sent you is gonna work just fine because I have it on my ruckus and it's just fine too. But if I knew what I knew now, or knew then what I know now, I would do this pump right here. This pump's like $100, but this is the one I would do. I'll have to double check the price, but it's around $100. Or just use the original vacuum pump and that'll work too. I just would prefer this. I think that's what I'm gonna do to upgrade my fuel injection system. But I do have this new fuel injection system that'll solve that issue. Both kits are really good. Like I said, I have that fuel injection kit on my personal ruckus right now. What's a good final gear drive on my buggy for better takeoff? So Edwin wants a better takeoff and higher top speed. So the better takeoff is going to come from variator rollers or a CVT transmission kit. Going lighter on the rollers, I would recommend. See, I don't know anything about buggies and tuning. I have very little experience, like nothing at all. But scooters, GY6, tons of it. Oh, you had stock 10 gram? You can go even lighter than 10 gram should be, that's weird. Those buggies must be different. Yeah, just go lighter. Just go lighter on the rollers. Go like gosh, I hate to say 8 gram, but try it. Try 8 gram. $11.5, yeah, 11.5 would work. Try that. You can get a tuner kit. You can get one of these here and play with it. You got all kinds of different rollers, different sizes, or different weights. Try that. That'd probably be your best bet. Just get a Prima roller kit. I'm glad my videos are helping people. That's definitely why I do them for sure. Nobody out there really doing it. It's kind of hard to break away sometimes to do them. I try to do them as I go. So I get a lot of emails and phone calls, and we just like to send them to our YouTube channel. Anybody else have any questions? I'd probably be on here for like another 5 minutes or so. Because it's Friday night, I gotta go, I don't know, have a beer or something. Or we're going to a concert. Yeah, that Prima kit. Try the Prima kit. How can I fix a flat? Oh, Jeff, I didn't know, Jeff, you're the EFI guy. This kit right here is your kit. So don't worry about that. I was thinking something different. Yeah, that's your kit, Jeff. I just have to, I've got it all. So if you guys don't know already, this fuel injection kit is not ready for the road. There's a couple people, Jeff is one of them, that decided to do a beta kit. So there's like very little testing and stuff like that, but we're gonna send Jeff this kit. I've put hours upon hours in the tuning on this. We will see if all my hard work pays off, but otherwise, work in progress. But yeah, Jeff, you don't need, this is your pump I'm holding right now. You don't need a pump because this is yours. So, sorry, I got that confused. Let's see. Oh, our shop is in Denver, Colorado, but when we say our shop, I mean, look at this. This is the shop. It's like 500 square feet. We're mobile. We're completely mobile. The scooters in here are not really customer scooters. Well, some of them are, but we don't do any work here or have customers here. Completely mobile. Although we used to have a shop. It was like 2,000 square feet, but mobile is way better. So we stick with mobile. And it's in Denver, Colorado. Oh, the Street Cub? Been gone. I've been away for last week. We were away, so I haven't had time to work on it. Hopefully this weekend, my build series, the Street Cub build series, will continue. I have to start working on the front. So basically, where is it at right now? It's the same as you guys seen it in episode, what was that, 4? Yeah. But that's a work. Actually, this weekend I might do that, or I have a Yamaha C3 with a 75cc big bore kit and a fuel tuner and transmission kit and all that. Might do that this weekend. Going from stock air filter to uni style, I've read it's not just pulling the old one off and stick. Yeah. So David, I think your question was, you can't just, or you're wondering like if you buy let me grab one. If you pull your whole air box off and you install this guy, your scooter will not run. Might idle. That's about it. But you'll need to get a jet kit. You just have to spend some time getting the jetting right, making the pilot jet sometimes the pilot jet larger, but the main jet, and maybe even raising the needle. Like I've got a blog or an article on my website that talks all about tuning your carburetor. You might check that out if you're going to do one of these uni filters. Oh, one other thing on the filters. So the whole idea behind this is so that you gain a ton of more performance, or you're hoping a ton more performance. Well, I have had customers like supply filters for me to tune. Don't buy the K. This is a foam style, but the K&N style. Don't buy a cheap one of those, like an eBay one. Basically, you will lose performance. I know from experience. I had to jet it down just to make it work. So basically, what you're going to do is you're adding more air, a lot more air into your intake. So you need to match the fuel with that. That's why you would go larger on your jetting. But I have a whole article on that on my website you can check out. Can you put NOS on a scooter? Yeah, totally. I'd never done it. Probably wouldn't last very long. Oh, the link. I don't know how to add a link. Just go to, let me try to figure this out. The link for that tuning, just go to the website. At the bottom of the website, there's a thing called blog, a little blog button. You'll see it right at the top. It says carburetor help jetting and tuning, and then just click the little carburetor, and it'll bring you to the whole article that I wrote up. If you don't know anything about carburetors, you read that, you pretty much will know it, or you can refer to it at least. Yeah, I can't copy and paste on my phone. If I get out, we're gonna lose each other. So, what Tao scooters seem to be the best? I think the Tao Thunder. Yeah, that's a good scooter. The only reason why I wouldn't do the Tao Thunder is because, so the thing about Chinese scooters is there's normally like 8 or 9 manufacturers doing the same exact design. Well, as far as I know, Tao is the only one that does that Thunder design. If you go with another one like ATM 50-A1, there's a lot of manufacturers doing that body style, which means body panels, parts, things like that are readily available. But yeah, the Tao 50s, they all share the same engine and a lot of the same components. Lancer 150, that's a good one too. But the thing about some of the Chinese scooters I should mention, especially Tao, I actually used to sell Taos. We sold about 60 a month, so I know all about them. You need to do a Chinese scooter upgrade kit, or look into that and take care of. All the rubber on those Chinese scooters are terrible. So valve stems, hoses, get rid of that spark plug too. Do an NGK CR7 HSA spark plug. The hose, just take care of the hoses, and you're not going to have any problems. But to answer your question, Taos are great scooters. Just take care of the hoses and the rubber, and they'll last. Like I said, tons of experience on that. Yeah. Also, the carburetor is drilled shut. So if you need to do a carburetor clean or anything like that, you have to drill out the bolts. You're better off just replacing the carburetor. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in to my YouTube live. If you find this helpful and you want to contribute to the channel and get some benefits at the same time, I got that Patreon account. You can head over there. So I appreciate it, and I'll try again next week to be back on, and see you next time. Thanks, guys.